Hi, it's Sunay from CreatorFront. Greetings from Turkey, I guess. I'm so excited to be a part of 776 Fellowship, even it's just my application video. Let's just jump into it and let me show you what I'm doing with my group. Move it a little bit so you can see me better. Uh, so I'm just gonna put it back because it seems like we all understand everything that's there, but I will go through it if you don't see it on the screen as well. What is CreatorFront? CreatorFront is a startup with a mission to protect human rights in digital age. It seems like an ambitious and really vague statement, but as you see on the screen, we have some things to prove that we are not making just a statement, but we are planning to do something. So, in basic building blocks, CreatorFront is this three thing: creator hubs, B2B tools for creators, and no investor first mindset. Yes, this seems like it's a part of it. No, minus investor first mindset. So what I mean by these three and how it comes together to be creator front. So creator hubs, it's just hubs or places that creators come together or by individually going and working there and creating stuff. But I mean just working there, we don't mean just workspaces, we mean prototype tools, we mean other tools they will need and they will share if they don't buy their own as well. So it's like an entrepreneurship hub, as I said there, but with common tools to share and more creators. By creator, we mean that anyone or any group that use their creativity to provide a service or a product. So with that, there lots of people become a creator. So a musician is a creator, a game developer is a creator, an AI analyst is a creator as well. But in here we mostly think about the people who provide a service or a product directly sourced from their creativity. We add B2B tools for creators. Why? Because yes, there's lots of tools already to be used B2B, but some creators like artists or new entrepreneurs or social impact entrepreneurs might not find the tools they will need, or they need some tools to be adjusted to them. So what I mean with tools isn't just hammer and saw. We mean financial tools like credits, lines of credits, or other financing tools, or an email system, or a marketing system. We are usually in this time talking and working on how to prototype, how to start a business. So I usually have the examples for that, but we are planning to create more and more tools for creators to use on B2B setting, business to business setting, because creators are a business person after all as well. And no investor first mindset, minus investor first mindset. Why we mean that? Because yes, there's lots of hubs there, but there is very few like 776 Foundation that don't think about investor first, but think about idea and think about the project first to their mind when they're choosing. Because I know there's lots of entrepreneurship hubs, there's other hubs to start businesses, but it's more likely to see a return on their money as a return as well. Return on investment as a money, than return on investment as an impact. So there's a few investor or hubs for it, and we want to be one of them. And in our thesis for that is that early stage startups do not need an investment. They need somebody to mentor them, and they need creative financing. By creative financing, we mean that finance their needs through other things other than investment. But yes, some of the startups may need investment early on in early stages, and for that, we believe that that's a little percentage of an overall entrepreneurship system on industry. And with this system, we believe that we can solve climate change problem. As you may see, this seems like a basic just hub thing as well, until you put our mission statement: protecting human rights in digital age. And as the Creative Front team, as I'm the founder and the chief creative officer, which is a CEO equivalent in our group, we are working with creators that create ethically So what we mean, that's being an ethical company, creating ethical apparel, devices, apps to protect human rights. And we are sharing the same goal because if you look from our perspective at least, because we believe a human right is a climate right, so we have to fight climate change so humans can live better. And lots of the problems that resulted in climate change is a violation in human rights, like paying workers less, outsourcing to non-ethical companies, uh, paying people not even tenth of a penny on a dollar for their work. With this CreatorFront and creating helping brands to issue, we are actually trying to create a competition to other companies, big tech, conglomerates, so that uh, when people see it, can they choose alternatives? You can say that people don't use alternatives as much because that the big tech and conglomerates use too much strategy and lobbying to block little groups or little alternatives. As we see, as one of our we do some surveys ourselves, lots of people do know how to be a conscious consumer, but there isn't enough conscious producer companies, conglomerates even, to have that. And we, as the Creative Front, want to be first, not a conglomerate, but one of the first conscious producer, consumer, incubator or accelerator here. That's what our plan from start there. So when we say creator hubs, we don't want saying standalones or buildings as well. We are not looking to get new buildings, new staff to go through, but we are looking for groups of people. We for Until now we just do the digital entrepreneurship hubs. So we created groups like Slack groups, Discord groups to get creators together. One of the last call we did call named as Startup for Disaster, as a few months ago a deadly earthquake hit southeastern part of Turkey, and we lost some of our loved ones there. I lost a friend there. And ever since I tried to do something, I've worked with NGOs, other companies to help there, and that's come off. That's was one of the things we planned. Let's create an open call to call for startups or other entrepreneurs or creators. We usually use creator over entrepreneur. Creators to ideate or change ready-made objects to suit there. We knew lots of startups already have stuff they wanted to help, but they didn't know how to help with their own products or services. So we helped them, we mentored them on how to do that, and we matched some NGOs to work with them together. And we did three daily ideation meetings all over the world with from Australia to Ontario to Ottawa, like lots of places. But what our plan is basically this: create lots of groups and programs or hubs around the world, and collaborate, make them collaborate together. So you may think, yes, anybody can do that, and there's some hubs that do that as well. But we are planning to do this with forcing and not forcing, but making it mandatory to meet up, even from online meetings, to talk with other groups and work together. Uh, that's our digital part. So yes, you see Creator Hub. Creator Hub is a hybrid program or hybrid hub we plan. So we just did the digital part. That's why I talk about startup with disasters. With fellowship, we plan to do it more physical or a hybrid system. That yes, local groups can come together in a building, in a space, in a park, and there is a digital front that we are working on right now, like a social media program, but we call it a community-based search engine to be more cool, like Silicon Valley. Yeah, I'm searching for funding right now as well. So we have to use some fancy words. But our plan is start pilot program for hybrid creator hubs and make them work together with other hubs. We're already talking with some of the hubs there. We don't want all of them to be a creator front named creator hubs. They can be other hubs that already working similar to us, that we want to get together and sometimes merge or collaborate, whatever we seem necessary to help with problems. So with this, we are talking about different problems like tech or other human rights, but we are planning to help with others climate change program as well. I know that we seems more of an indirect approach for a 776 fellowship. With this, I believe local groups can find solution for other local groups, then later exchange those ideas to better themselves. That's what we saw on this startup for disasters call. People have ideas all around the world, but sometimes they cannot find funding. Sometimes they cannot make their public sector believe that it's necessary and they need some help. So with this, we are planning to help with those and help with other and get knowledge. So I just put some like my imagination there. It's a manifestation as well, like Berlin, Lyon. I tried to do New York, but it's not New York. Florida, San Francisco, somewhere, or New Mexico. I'm not sure. Like Vancouver, Ontario, New Delhi, Sydney, or Melbourne. I'm not sure. And Kyoto or Tokyo. So if we get all of them together and make them work together, it will be great. But it's not just a one city or one like a town from every country. Our plan is a bit more ambitious than that. It's that to have multiple hubs in a city. I just wanted to show it from Turkey or Turkey to understand that Izmir will be a pilot place because that's where I went to high school. My alma mater high school is in Izmir, and where I know that there is a new entrepreneur establishments start getting started. As I mean that not new startups, but new companies that have startups are emerging here. But there is lots of people in Istanbul and Ankara. Their entrepreneurship culture is a bit harsher than Izmir because Izmir starting new, so everything is just getting started. And Manisa as well. It's a big industrial city, or Konya, or Hatay, which is one of the cities that affected, or Gaziantep, also a city affected by earthquake, or Adıyaman, or Erzurum, or Sivas, or Van, to have different groups. Maybe not in every city. I wish to be in every city actually, but at least in some of the parts that is close to those cities to help, they become a one group to work together from digital and hybrid programs. And it's just gonna be like, oh, this is the headquarter or not. Yes, there's gonna be a CreatorFront headquarter to help all of the startups or other hubs, but we do not plan a hierarchic plan like that. Yes, there's gonna be a big name brand CreatorFront with doing these connections, but we do not necessarily mean that these hubs exactly have to be a CreatorFront branded. It can be any hub that wanted to work with us as well. So that's why it's a bit different than what you will imagine. This is basically our plan. I'm just thinking about some of the concerns you may have and trying to answer those. Yes, this is not a direct approach to solving climate change, but I believe that we will gather, my team and I believe that with this approach, local approach to solve bigger problems, that we can help ourselves better and we can find more solutions. Because collaboration makes it easier for us. And other than that, as we see the trends, we are gonna have different problems in different places. So it's not gonna be a one size fits all solution. I know it's hard. I know that you prefer to get a one size fits all solution that like uses so little thing, like don't even produce a 1 kilogram of carbon dioxide, but produce three times the world need for energy or something, or bigger, more approachable like that. I believe you will prefer that, but if you not get that, if you not get that excitement or that exaggerated or that's powerful, not exaggerated, my powerful ideas or projects, I believe our system can help you go towards there. Uh, you are gonna seeing better person. Other than that, there's gonna be maybe more impactful projects, and ours seems more indirect. It might seem like that, but I believe in that for fighting climate change. Yes, we need to go locally, and yes, we have to create alternatives. the companies that cause our climate change. And with all that said, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you one day. I don't know who you are watching exactly, but hope we meet one day and talk about this and laugh maybe. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.